We're going to show how to solve a quadratic equation factoring by grouping. So this is quadratic because it is a polynomial with x squared as its biggest exponent. 2 is the biggest exponent. It is an equation because it is set equal to something, and in this case equal to 0, meaning it is ready for us to solve it by factoring, in this case factoring by grouping. So A equals 6, B equal -7, and C equal -3. You need to know that to be able to factor by grouping. And now you think about the master product, A times C equals 6 times -3, -18. And the sum, B, equals -7. So now what I'm doing is I'm thinking about numbers that multiply to equal -18 and then add to equal -7. So numbers that multiply to -18 could be 18 times 1, where one of them is negative. This is not 1.8, this is 18. But we can't get these numbers to add to equal -7, so we could think about 9 and 2. And 9 and 2 are going to work. Let's imagine they don't work. We could look at 6 and 3 as another option. But in this case, 9 and 2 work. We can make them add to equal -7 if the 9 is negative. And -9 times 2 is -18. So now what we'll do is we'll rewrite the quadratic equation like this. 6x squared minus 9x, then plus 2x, minus 3. So we've broken up the b term as -9x plus 2x. Now we're going to cover this part so we can focus here for the greatest common factor. And the greatest common factor with 6x squared and 9x is 3x. Now 3x times something is 6x squared, that's 2x. Then 3x times something is minus 9x, that's minus 3. Now if we've done this correctly, then we're going to end up with 2x minus 3 right here. Let's see what happens. Something times 2x equals plus 2x, that would be a 1. That would be positive 1. Then 1 times -3 equals -3. So we've done this correctly. If you're not sure that we did this correctly, you can pause the video and multiply and distribute in here, and you'll see that they're the same as this and this. So now we have our factors. One of our factors is on the outside. It's 3x plus 1. The other factor is on the inside. It's 2x minus 3. So my next move is to write this in its factored form, where we say factor times factor equals 0. Now we set those factors equal to 0 and solve with inverse operations. X equal -1/3 is one of the solutions. And there we have our solutions. X equal -1/3 and x equal 3/2. This has been solving a quadratic equation by factoring using grouping. Great job, Smarty Pants!